Hi everybody, it's me, Carrie, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Farmington Hills, Michigan. I am getting my tablet ready. My tablet is really slow today, and I'm hoping that that doesn't mean that my system is too slow. I don't know, but I got it working, so yay. I see somebody just popped on, so say hello. And I'm going to go ahead and get started. So today for Tiny Tip Tuesday, I'm actually going to be doing the paper pumpkin that just came in. So let me just show you real quick what it came with. So it came with the Stampin' Spot was Garden Green. And so we'll be using that today and some other colors. The instructions, now the cards themselves are very pretty, but I didn't even remake them the Stampin' Up! Way this time. So I'm just doing my own thing this time. But I wanted to show you, it does come with spots, dimensionals, and some bling, which everybody loves when it comes with bling, right? We all love it. So, hang on. So you've got the mini glue dots, the dimensionals, and then the pretty, like, it's kind of iridescent bling. So I'm going to put those over here. Then it came with different labels. Let me see, there's another package back here. So all different size labels to play with. And these fun, I believe this is Gorgeous Grape. Yep, Gorgeous Grape, vellum-y. They're really thick, though, very thick vellum-y pieces in rectangles and fatter rectangles. It's still a rectangle, but... Okay, then it came with truly very pretty envelopes. So here's the envelopes. Now, I'm going to tell you, I did not do any alternatives that cut up the envelope. And the reason is, this is a very similar to look to a lot of our designer series paper. So, especially some of the new DSP has this on the back. So I didn't bother with that. And they're plain on the front, but it's a really good sweep. The fold is a really good sweep. I don't know that that matters. And then here are the cards. You know what this reminds me of ballerinas. These flowers always do. I don't know why. They look like ballerinas. And this one opens portrait. No, not portrait. Landscape. And of course, it's huge. So this could be great on a scrapbook page. Just use your bone folder to straighten out that if you wanted to use that. It'd be awesome. Excuse me. And then the other two are regular portrait style. Also, they're just pretty, right? I mean, they beg to be cut apart. They beg for it. So, and then, let me show you the wood pieces first. There were some wood pieces of leaves, 2 different size leaves, and trees made out of, I forget, it's not, I guess maybe it's balsa wood, but it's thicker than, remember the airplanes you and your brothers used to get? Those were very thin, but it's wood. And then the 2 stamp sets, which I'm going to pull them out, but I will show you this paper. So March is the anniversary of when Paper Pumpkin first came about. So every March you get an additional stamp set, which is this one, which is so pretty. I love it. I'm going to show you a card that I made, and I have a little piece that I'm going to add to it for you guys. So I'll show you that one first. And then this stamp set with just one little flower. It's so cute. It does match this one if you want to use it. Also, this is a 2-step stamping. So if you look, you stamp this, then the leaves, then the flowers. You can even do the centers here. A little bit of backgroundy piece. This, it took me a minute to figure it out, but it actually follows these lines here. So you can make a little bit darker. And I did do that on my sample. I'm not stamping with this stamp set today, but you can see how it has multiple uses, and it's bigger than the picture. So you can see I've used it, but it is bigger. So here's the picture, and here starts the stem, and the flowers go out to here. So it's bigger than this picture looks. It's a really nice stamp set. So congratulations to all of you who got the March kit. Smart planning. And then this one has just really good sentiments. Have a beautiful day. You've been on my mind. Heartfelt thanks. It's the little things that matter. And of course, this cute little flower here. And I love this mixed style. I know there's a name for it, but whatever it is, I like it. So here we go. We're going to do that, and I'm going to show you the first card that I kind of finished it, and then I made a boo-boo. Well, technically, let's not call it a boo-boo. So I'm not going to show you that part yet. So I made this card, and I stamped the pretty flower. I used Stampin' Right markers to ink up the big flower and stems, and then I inked to add the other things, but then I embossed it, and then I thought I don't really like the color that I used on the flower, so I wanted to add this color, which is boho blue, and I believe originally it was balmy blue, which is the background. I think it's interesting. I'm hoping you guys, let me zoom here. I found it interesting that when I went to, I knew it was going to act weird, but I thought I would try it anyway. So I stamped over it in the boho blue, and see how it made, like, it caught the design, which is just kind of fun, right? But see how it did this? I didn't like that. So what I did was I stamped it again, and this time I used the boho, and just restamped it. I still did the marker around the edges in, what color did I use? Sorry, I looked at the thing. Gorgeous Grape. So then I've got it on dimensionals now. So I think that's really cute, but, and nobody might care. I don't know, but I added that. I mean, this darkness bothered me. So I redid it and then popped it up. And then where does this come from? This is from the add-on kit. It's saying I have a slow connection, so I'm hoping you guys are not having any trouble with this video. I apologize if you are. But this is the add-on. Zoom down a little bit. It's a little too close. But it comes with this label and then the two different butterflies. Now this butterfly actually doesn't cut here in the center, this piece, so it can, the wings can pop up, but I wanted it to cut out because I wanted to lay it on top of the boho blue. So I just snipped. And then the thanks, so cute. This is a great add-on. Great one. It's probably the best add-on I've seen for Paper Pumpkin, and this is the one that's going to go with 3 months, March, April, May, I believe. So there you go. And then this is just one of the, what are these called, flat adhesive back pearls that I just put right there on it. So that was my first card, and I did use the extra piece, the extra stamp set. Okay, so now we're going to have a little bit of fun. I hope you guys are going to enjoy this, and we're going to cut things up. Oh, let me go back down all the way so I can be sure you guys are seeing everything I want you to see. Oh, by the way, if you're shopping for Stampin' Up, MemoryInkers.com, email me at memoryinkers@gmail.com, and the March 2024 hostess code ZY4P3NV7. There you go. Business out of the way, right? Okay, so I'm trying to remember everything I wanted to do with this. So I have to think about it. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this card and I am going to cut it. And I'm going to start with this side, and I'm going to cut it to 4 inches. And then I'm going to cut it to 5 1/4. And you determine what part you want to cut off. I decided the tops of the trees were fine for me to cut off. So I've got that piece. Then I'm going to do the same thing with this side. Make sure I'm thinking right. If not, I have more cards, right? And then this time, I think I'm going to trim a little off of the top and the bottom. I always have to think about this. Nope, we're just going to do the top. I kind of put these things together and I don't make the actual card because I do only order 1 paper pumpkin kit. I don't order 2. Okay, so now I have these 2 pieces, and I'll be cutting more, so I don't want to put my trimmer too far away. So we're going to start with these pieces, and this is Gorgeous Grape, so we're going to use that for my card base for one of the cards. And get it kind of even. We've got some funky weather here. So that might be why I'm having a slow connection day. I don't know. I just never know. And then we've got the inside, which you can decorate if you want. I'm not going to. I'm just going to set it in here because I may decide to decorate it later. Just so I know I have it. And then this is the card that is going to go on front of this. And I thought it picked up these. These are probably more of a Highland Heather. Looking to see. Maybe even a fresh freesia in here. But I wanted to pull out the darker of the colors. So let's see if I have enough glue. I just got this really cool glue press machine, and I've added, it comes with an empty bottle. It comes with a full bottle of their glue, but then it also comes with an empty bottle, which I did load with my lovely green glue, which you guys know I love, love, love. So I'm hoping I don't run out of my little bottles. I have plenty for Mega Meat, though, you guys. Those are a hot seller at Mega Meat. Everybody likes them. So these, I'm talking about this. Okay. In case you're wondering, what are you saying, Carrie? Okay, so now I am going to use glue dots to put on the first of these, if I can get them off. Oh, well, one stuck to my finger. So I put the dips back on my nails, and so until my nails completely grow out underneath, they're too thick. But you know, it's the pain of being a girl, right? I just couldn't my natural nails, I know I talk about my nails a lot, but you guys always comment on them. My natural nails, they're just very fragile and thin, and I've tried every kind of, you know, try this vitamin, try that vitamin, blah blah blah. I've tried it all, and my nails still they start to grow, and I get all excited, and then they break off at that painful point where it hurts because they break off so low. So that is why I get the dips, in case you're wondering. And once they grow out again, my real nails are about like right there. So once they grow out again, I can say they're mine. But for now, I have some fakies on. Okay, so now this one I am going to use dimensionals because it's going to go kind of like that. So I'm going to grab some of these. My Take Your Pick tool is, of course, on the other table. Why? I don't know. You know what? I'm going to use the small ones. This comes with regular dots, dimensionals. I'm sorry. But to do this, I am going to use the smaller ones, which I have to grab. Okay. Okay, so because these are going to fit a little bit better on the back of this piece here, I've got to figure out where it's going to go, because I don't want to put any on these two leaves, but I want one on this leaf and maybe that leaf, just to help it hold in place. And then I will use the little glue dots on these pieces, which I think I've got them in the right spot. So fun stuff. I love these wood pieces. Now, if you're going to mail these cards with these little wood ephemera on them, I guess you would call these ephemera, right? I would definitely say you're going to need additional postage, maybe even a foam. Thank you, Adam. I think it pops to Barbara. My nails are really weak also, and after so many years of using the acrylic and dip, I now have allergies. Oh no, that would be frightening. Yeah, I definitely need something on mine. Okay, so now let me look at my notes so I can know what I'm doing. So I've got the two leaves. I'm going to put this on once I figure out what I'm doing with my sentiments. So let me grab the sentiment stamp set, and I believe what I planned to do was have a beautiful birthday on this one. So, but you know what? I realized I grabbed the wrong ink. So give me 1 second to grab the correct ink. It is, all right, because I wanted to do it in Gorgeous Grape. It needs to push down a little bit. Look at how pretty that is. Oh, I love this color. It's very dark, but I mean, when you look at this, you don't think it's going to be, it looks like a lighter color. So when it's in my ink holder, I always have to remind myself, Gorgeous Grape is dark. But yeah. So now I'm going to just put a little bit of adhesive here, because I want to be able to slide this around and get it where I want it, so that it is centered. And then I think I'm going to put it right up here, but I'm going to put it on dimensionals. Let's make that straight. Wouldn't that be a good idea? I think that would be brilliant. It's going to take a minute to dry because it's vellum, right? So then I can grab the regular glue dots. Or, man, I'm forgetting what everything is called today. Holy moly. And I want you to notice that I'm putting it half on this and this, because I know it's slippery and I want it to stay in place. So at least one has to be there, and then I don't really want it to show. So I'm holding it up. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I'm holding it up so that the light, I think you guys can see it. The light lets me see where the end of the label is, so that I put them where I want them. I think that's sufficient. And there we go. So there's card number 1. I think it could use some bling, right? Who doesn't want bling? So here it is. Okay. So we're going to add a little bit of bling to it. Put a little bit down there. I've got this new thing lately where I'm doing like 2 on the bottom and 1 on top, and it's kind of crazy, but it's like my new thing all of a sudden. It's a little too close. scoot that over just a bit. There we go. So there is card number 1. Okay. So for card number 2 from this card, I've got Granny Apple Green. I think that's what I used. Believe so. So that is going to be the base. And of course I have another piece of white for the inside for later. Okay. Then this is going to go on the front. And I'm going to keep it because I've got another wood piece I'm going to add. So I'm going to keep it flat. There we go. Then see, I have this wooden tree and I have the sentiment, but I want to do something a little bit different. So I am going to do the sentiment first, and I'm going to do this long one. My blocks are really dirty. And okay, it says, "You've been on my mind." And I'm going to stamp that in black, Memento Tuxedo Black. And I'm going to stamp it towards this little dovetail here. And then I'll trim off what I don't need. So there we go. You've been on my mind. All right. So I think this tree looks fine as it is, but I thought I'm going to try an experiment. Is it going to work? I don't know, you guys, but I am willing to try anything once, maybe twice if I'm not sure. So what I'm going to do is move that a little bit. I just have this on a piece of scrap, and then I have the pecan pie and the Granny Apple Green. Okay, so, and then I have my blending brushes. So I'm going to start with my pecan pie just down here, just to get these little spots here that are branches. Ooh, and dig my fingernail into it. And then I'm going to use, I'm actually going to use 2 greens. So I'm going to start with the Granny Apple Green to do the whole tree. And I want it to be pretty bright, so I'm adding a lot. Then I'm going to grab the Garden Green, and I'm going to see if this works. So everybody cross your fingers, because I did not test this out. So let me see what I think it's going to do. Okay. So now I'm just going to tap it. Now see, I got a little bit of a round spot there, which I'm not really happy with, but it'll be okay. So there we go. I think I need a little bit more in here. But now my tree has a little bit more leaf and lights, kind of like the card does. I mean, they used, obviously, a very dark color. But anyway, I thought that was a fun way to treat this wood. And, of course, you could have done that with the wooden leaves. So I'm going to put that right over here, so it kind of is in the path. Okay, and I'm going to put that on with the glue dots. I really need my Take Your Pick tool. I don't know why. I forget it all the time, you guys. I don't know. You guys, I have a spot for it. but I use it so often when I am creating, and all of that new stuff came in, you guys. I have been planning my classes for May and June, my in-persons, and this is what I'm going to do with the new catalog. The in-person classes are going to be available for you to purchase if you can't come in person. All right. I am debating on if I'm going to do this many, 3 or 4 cards, 1 of each, or 3 or 4 cards, 2 of each. I'd love to hear what you guys think about that. I've never done the make 2 of each. I just haven't, because I feel like, why? But I know my girlfriend does that, and her people really like it. So anyway, so I've got May and June, and I'm going to have them available for you to sign up and pay immediately and at Mega Meet. And you'll be able to see the cards in person at Mega Meet. You'll see sneak peeks online. But when you pay in advance for this, I will have a special gift for you, either in class or coming with your little packet of the cardstocks and everything. The difference in the virtual class is, of course, I can't pre-stamp anything. So I will let you know what stamp sets I've used, and then you can make, you can either purchase those as part of your class, or you'll know, oh, I've got a similar set. Wow, that was weird. And you can use whatever you have on hand. Sorry about that, you guys. That's just tacky. So now there's that tree. Now remember I said I've got this, so I'm going to want to put it so it's over the tree, but I don't want that much space. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just hand trim that off. And then I just want to know where I'm going to put my dimensionals. So I know that there's going to be one on this end here. So set it as close to the end as I can. And one here. And then I'm going to do one right about there. And that should give room for my tree stem, right? And I'm figuring if I cover the base of the tree, you won't notice that it's like on top of some of the flowers. You'll think that that's just normal. And I'm trying to decide if I want to center it. I think I do. So there you go. So there's 2 cards from the 1 card base. I hope you guys like them. Yes, bling, 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 bling. Let us add that. I've got dimensional covers everywhere, you guys. Don't they go everywhere? My husband's always picking them up. Don't you love that? I mean, it's just fun. I love it when you can be a little bit more artsy. All right, so I'm going to put one there, and I'm going to break my norm. Hopefully. Nope, it stuck to my finger. Put one up there. And then I'm going to put one on the tree. Why not? And you can add more. So there are the 2 cards with a little bit of bling and some fun. So, okay, so let's do another one. And, oh, here it is. I was like, where did it go? I had more stuff. All right, so I'm going to be using this one and for 1, and then this one for 2. So we'll start with this one. This is going to be a fun fold, nothing you guys haven't seen before, but I do want to show you how easy it is. I'm folding it the wrong way, right? So I'm going against the score line. So you want to be extra careful because you know you score with the hill inside, and this time I folded it the other way. Now I'm going to just simply fold this one back on itself. Super simple. You just want to kind of make sure that you don't see any white. If you do, you do. But this is what I like. I mean, even like this cloud lines up perfectly, and even this part looks like it's all one design. This is only the place where it really doesn't look like that, and I'm going to put my label there, so we're going to be good. So now what I'm going to do is I cut a little piece of basic white, and this piece is 2 inches by 5 1/4. And that's basically going to be your, where you're going to sign your card. Or you can write on the back of your card, because now the back of your card is going to be white, right? So I'm going to set that right in here. And I'm going to go pretty close to the fold line. In fact, I'm going to kind of do that, because I wanted to make it as big as possible. So that's why I made it go by the fold line. So then here's the tree. Not coloring the tree this time, but I'm going to put it on dimensionals, and it will kind of hold your spot. Now you want to pay attention, because there's water here. So you want to put it where it's not going to be in the water. All right. And then for the sentiment, I have a couple of them here. I want to make sure I know what I'm doing. Okay. So for this one, I'm going to go ahead and use the same sentiment because it's out here. I'm just going to go ahead and use it, and I didn't clean it. So I'm going to use the Gorgeous Grape again, just to save some time. That was not my original intention for this card, but that's okay. All right. Now, this is going to go half and half, okay? So I'm only going to put adhesive on the half side of it, but see how it kind of like breaks up the cloud now? So it's almost like you don't notice quite as much. I'm not going to dimensional this. Just pay attention so that you only have it on the half of it. Really high up there. I should probably be zoomed in a little bit, huh, you guys? Let me zoom. There we go. All right. So you can decide, you can leave the tree off to the side, but I kind of like the idea that it sort of holds the card. And you definitely want to super score these, because when you make this kind of a card, it just really wants to pop up. It just does. All right, so now I'm going to put dimensionals just on like this part of the tree, not on that part. So here we go again with the awesome Stampin' Dimensionals. I think I can put one there. So, and if you really want to, you can take like a little piece. Like I use every little bit. So I cut these skinny. May not be skinny enough. It'll work. To hold the stem in place too. And then just set it where you want it, like so. So now it kind of holds that down. I think this would have been pretty colored too, but I already showed you that technique. So wanted to show you what it looks like on its own. So now this one, I think I might give it a little bit more bling than I normally do. I know I put another one down there, right? Thought I put one right there. So weird. I don't know. My lighting isn't very good, so I probably thought I grabbed it, and I was grabbing like an empty spot or something crazy like that. No, I would never do anything so silly. Okay, so this one has 5 blings on it. But see, now when they open it, it's going to kind of pop in place. Okay, so there's that one with that card. So I'm going to set that one aside. I'll show them all again. Okay, so now for this one, I'm doing 2 different cards with this one. And I am going to cut off this one. I have to think about it because I pre-cut stuff. So, I'm cutting it to, it's already 4 1/4 this way. So I'm cutting it to 2 3/4. I don't want to get ink on it because I'm going to use that. Right? 2 3/4. Let me make sure I know what I'm talking about. Yep, I do. Okay. Okay. All right, I think I'm done with my trimmer. I think I am. All right, so now for this one, I'm using basic white card base, and you know, score your basic white because it's thick. Any of your thick colors and your darker colors, this is a heavier weight. Paper is weighted, but our Whisper White is 80 pounds. This, I forget what it is, but it's heavier, obviously. But like your basic blacks, your dark, any of your dark colors, they're going to appear thicker even though they're the same weight as the basic white. So bear that in mind. So if you're doing a card and you're using a basic black base or a gorgeous grape or blackberry bliss or any of those really dark colors, make sure, I think you should probably always score, but y'all know I don't. So okay, so and I have to thank my friend Rachel, because I think I saw this idea on her page. 99% sure that it was my friend Rachel Tessman, who many of you Paper Pumpkiners know, because she's like the queen of Stampin' Up! Demonstrators in that respect. She really took the ball with it, and the rest of us just love her for it. Okay, so look at how pretty that looks, just matted. And that's just going to go right there. Simple. Simple, 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 simple. But it looks like a Monet, doesn't it? It's like a Monet painting. But then again, I'm thinking of those ballerinas. My husband will probably shoot me, but I'm not 100% sure that it was Monet that painted those ballerinas. I think so. But, yeah. But I wouldn't swear to it. Okay. Now, you can emboss the front of your card if you wanted to give it a little more, but I'm trying to keep this one kind of simple. Okay. And then, again, another sentiment. I'm going to go ahead and use the same one again, because I think I love this particular sentiment. You've been on my mind, because I think we should send cards just because someone's been on our mind. It doesn't always have to be a specific occasion. It can just be because they've been on your mind. Now, you can determine if you want to keep it long. Again, I'm not going to. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to trim it off again. You could also maybe stamp something from the flowery kit. I didn't do that either. And then this will go on dimensionals. And I love the simplicity of it. I'm not even putting bling on this one, you guys. This one is going to be a very, very simple, simple, simple card. Do you guys do this? I mean, in a lot of ways, you don't need 3 dimensionals, but I always think about, well, if it goes in the mail, is the mail processing, because it goes through a machine, right? Is it going to push on that center and then it's going to look all wonky? That's what I think about. So now I have to decide, where do I want it? I really don't want to cover up the flowers, so I think I'm going to set it up here like so. And nice and crooked. So let me straighten that out. There we go. So there you go. Super, super simple card, but isn't it? It's like elegant. It's so simple. Now, for this piece, I was going to maybe do another card, and I thought about that, and then I thought, wait a minute, why not do this other thing that I'm going to do with it? Hang on. I did need my trimmer. I am going to trim this down to 4 inches. And then I'm going to fold it so I know where I'm going. I'm going to go to 5 1/4. Okay. So, and then you can determine if you want to save some of this. Why not? Why waste it all? When you see what I'm going to do, you'll understand. I forgot to grab a piece of basic white. I'm going to move this over so that I have 2 inches of this piece left so that I can make another card with it. I don't know what or when, but definitely could add this to another card, right? Because it's cute. So here we go. And let me grab another piece of basic white. Let me just pull it out of one of these cards. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to put some adhesive right on here, like so. I'm going to line this up, fold that over. Now, if you're like, see how I have a little edge? That is because when I folded it, it pushed the basic white over. So now what I can do is trim it again, or you can make this basic white piece smaller in the first place. So I'm going to put it right there, move this so I don't have it in the way, scoot it over a little bit. Okay, so now this could basically be a card, seriously, all by itself, and I could have just kept it, but I wanted it to be slightly matted. I see that. All right. Sometimes you gotta finagle. Sometimes you gotta. Boy, it's not going to want to trim that little bit. This is where I sometimes get out my other paper trimmer. Hold on. Oh, it's stuck. Okay. This was a paper trimmer Stampin' Up! Had for a recruiting special once. They never did sell it. But it's perfect for these little cuts. So I'm going to set that on there because this will take a really fine cut. Oh, I guess I need to scoot it over a little bit so it's actually getting on the blade. It's not made to cut through that much. Anyway, it's really made for a photo cutter, you guys. But it was never for sale. So now I can just set this on here and trim it. There we go. It's not a carry video if you don't have a few boo-boos in there, right? So now this can go on the front. It should fit the way I expect it to. It will. Okay. Are y'all still with me? Here we go. And then this, what I did with this is I trimmed it down. This was one of the vellum pieces, and I cut it off because I wanted to mat this piece with it, all right? But I wanted the curved edges, so what did I do with my punch? Here it is. So I got the 2 1/4 inch punch, which is actually a retired Stampin' Up! Item. And I'm going to see if I can get this to work the way I want it to. Ay, ay, ay. You kind of have to shove it in there without... Oh, thank you. Thank you, Barbara. Oh, there we go. Okay, you kind of have to stick it in with leaving some of it out. I hope this is making sense to you. This is not as easy as it looks, and I'm not making it look that easy. You can go through, I'll see if I can do it. You can go through this way, but then you don't want to cut off your corners. So pull those out if you can. And I just tore it, but we're going to fake it anyway. Okay, so now I've got the rounded corners. Hopefully that tear will be covered up. I think it will. It will. Cool. Okay, yay! So now I'm going to grab my sentiments again. Here they are. And this one is going to say, heartfelt thanks. Okay, because that'll fit on there nicely. My blocks need to be cleaned. I apologize. I know they're a mess. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do it in the Gorgeous Grape again. I should do it in the Garden Green because that's the color, but I'm not. So now, this was a juicy pad. I think that might be a little wet. I need to clean this too. Look at all the glue I got on it. Wasn't even trying. Luckily, these glass mats clean it quite lovely. Let's see if I've got that. Okay, so the circle didn't come out quite as good as I'd hoped it would, but hey, that's okay. You can also hand trim it, which I probably should have just hand trimmed it. So I think what I'm going to do, let's see if I can do this, you guys, is I'm going to go ahead and make this thinner. So that it doesn't look so off. It's better. It's not great. And then some dimensionals. Oh, you know what? I pulled out another stamp set I was going to use on this. Haha, that's funny. But I didn't, so it is what it is. Put that dimensional, so hopefully, there. Holds the torn piece together. Okay, and I am going to set that right up to this edge right here. And some bling, 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 bling. Whoop. Close up your glue. Are you guys this noisy when you're doing stuff? I am often noisy when I'm doing this stuff. And I talk to myself. Hi, Joan. Thanks for popping on. And I'm going to add, I have a lot of bling, so I'm going to go and add some more just for some fun. I want to see where they are. There's one, there's one, there's one, here's one, and I'm going to put one right there. Nope, didn't come off. There we go. So there's that card. Super simple, right? I love the simplicity of this card. Love it. This one's pretty simple too. And then here is my fun fold. And then the painted tree and the not painted leaves. So there you go. And don't forget, if you subscribe to Paper Pumpkin, you want to grab, and I keep forgetting to look up the price of this. I want to say it was $12. This is the Thanks and Beyond dies that Paper Pumpkin subscribers can get. It's got the thanks, the like a label, and then the two-step butterfly, which I did on this card, which also uses the extra stamp set that we got this month. So all in all, this was a fun Paper Pumpkin, and I have others left. There's probably a million different ideas that you can use. Oh, sorry. This extra thing is called Thanks and Beyond, and it's number 164397. So if you wanted to add that to your order, remember, if you're ordering, go to MemoryINKers.com. That's my Stampin' Up! Website. The March 2024 hostess code is Z as in zebra, Y as in yo-yo, 4, P as in Paul, 3, N as in Nancy, V as in Victor, 7. So, also card classes in Farmington Hills. I'm only going to show you one. We're going to do 4 cards. I'm still working on if I'm going to do 2 of 4, but I'm going to make that decision probably in, like, for my May and June classes. But for this one, there's 4. And it's using a retired, this is one of my favorite retired stamps. It's Artistically Created, I believe is the name of it. But look, oh, look, I've got my sticker note in there so I remember. So we're going to do the inside, the outside. We're going to do the envelope. So, yeah. So this one, favorite. I mean, look at, it's just, oh, I love this. So, and this will be, this particular class, I'm going to keep it at my standard prices. Prices are going up in the catalog, so I am going to up my price a little bit. So this class is 4 cards for $20. I am in Farmington Hills. If you want to get my cards and a private video, and you want it mailed to you, you need to add $5. That's probably a little less or around, depending on where you live, what it will cost me to mail you all the card stock and everything. But remember, you will need the stamp sets, especially for this card. If you don't have Artistically Created, buy it. It's so beautiful. So, all right. Okay, that is it. I hope you guys liked my Paper Pumpkin alternatives. Oh, thanks, Joan. I'm glad you liked them. All right, you guys, have a blessed and wonderful week. For those of you in the, I want to say, Baltimore area with the bridge collapse, you're in our hearts and prayers. That was crazy to see. Hopefully there weren't really any cars on the bridge, but we will not know until probably much later. So anyway, we're thinking of you, and I will see you back here again soon. Bye.